the beginning of something beautiful. In 2005, I was arrested and sentenced to 10 years in a federal prison for drug trafficking. And it was my first time, getting mixed up in something like that. And it just, I didn't think I was going to survive it. However, I thrived in that space, just by having, because before I went, I was really struggling and going through something personally that I was just about to give up on life. Actually, was really contemplating giving up, just not wanting to be here anymore. That's what I thought. And then, and so when that happened, honestly, it was a sigh of relief, like a do-over. That's what it was for me, and I took advantage of it. I ended up getting my culinary certificate, safe serve. I worked for education while I was there. I was a mentor. I was in the choir. It was like my life in there was so productive and just so much better, and I won't lie, than what the life I was just living before I came. And so I just took advantage of that. And then once I came home, I got a job working at a telecommunications company. At first, I worked as a telephone operator for a year. Then I was promoted to an account executive, and then I actually moved, that was in Sarasota, Florida, and I got promoted again, and I moved to Georgia to work in our Morrow office, and Georgia Aquarium was one of my clients, and that was one of the biggest aquariums in the world. And it's just that, and I was just doing so well with, coming home and taking advantage of all the opportunities out here. And I was also, while I was on probation, I was helping them, find second chance employers and programs out there, because I was the one doing it. And and I think what really touched Ms. Jameson, because I said I want to give back, I want to pay it forward, and I want to have an organization. And my organization is called The Hand Up, and it's to help folks like me with felony convictions link up with felon-friendly employers and landlords and other programs out there that'll give them a hand up and not just a handout. I want to be more than a resource and referral center, and I want to be like a support center where we can support you through recovery, mental health support, and even support as far as providing clothing for job interviews and different things like that. So that's my vision, and like I said, I'm my first client. It was Miss Jameson. That intake was all that. I'm telling it just working with her and just the intake, just that one moment was so important, because she wanted things for me. She wanted things that I didn't even know that was available. And she introduced me to so many things just within the intake, and was telling me different routes to take within voc rehab and everything. And it was just so amazing, how kind and helpful and encouraging and supportive intake representative was. I was so excited to get with the program. She was telling me all they offered, and she wasn't lying. Ms. Solomon, Janice Solomon, is my counselor there, and me and her just connected on a level that was very supportive, and she was so helpful in getting me the tools I needed for my education, like a laptop. They went, and then here comes Valerie. Val came in, and she just didn't stop at a laptop. She helped me because I have trouble with my hands and stuff. She blessed me with some ergonomic pens, and she blessed me with a keyboard. And then I work at Love's Travel Stop in Embassy, and I stand on my feet all day, and and she blessed me with some work shoes, and like I had no actual need after, being assisted like that. I had no need. Now the gas voucher stopped and that would have came in handy, However, like getting those main things that I needed, that blessed me so much to, I can budget around everything else.